Hello, everybody. My name's Dion Morales, your host of the Gold Squadron podcast. We're coming to you now from round 2 of the Galactic Championship Qualifier Bespin edition. I'm joined today by my good friend Ryan Staniszewski.
Punmaster is here. Watch live to understand what I mean.
That's right. If you weren't watching live, you missed it. A blessing or a curse? You have to decide that for yourself. Well, we're about to open up that Choose Your Champion poll, and Ryan's going to give us a breakdown of the list. But before we do that, I want to remind you that this round and all of our rounds today are brought to you by Curl Paw Creatives, District Foundry, Co-op Print Yards, and of course, the Galactic Championship Series. If you're watching live, you can see the coupon codes right there. They are active this weekend, GSP 2021 for both Curled Paw and District Foundry. And if you want to also get that 15% off at Co-op Print Yards, just go ahead and type in GSP to let them know Dion sent you. All right, let's go ahead, break down the list, and it's time to choose your champion! Man,
that was impressive.
Thank you.
All right, starting with player 1, Juan Carlos Ruiz. Well, let's go with that. Juan Carlos
Ruiz.
Thank you.
He is
running a 6-ship separatist list that has mostly been popularized by Adam Kempers. This is the General Grievous with Solus 1 Impervium Plating, 2 Bombardment Drone Hyenas with Proximity Mines, and 3 Trade Federation drones with grappling struts and Discord missiles. And then on the other side, we have... Ooh, okay. Need some pronunciation help on this one.
It's going to be Tadej Močnik.
Tadej Močnik. Thank you very much, James.
He's from Slovenia.
Oh, okay.
I'm not going to be able to use my favorite line. My favorite line is not today, but then that's biased.
Yeah, not today.
We have a Resistance 2-ship list, and if you were going to think about a 2-ship list in the Resistance, what are the names that always come up? Ray and Poe. We got Ray and Poe. Ray with Corcella, Rose Tico, Finn, False Transponder Codes, Stealth Device, and Ray's Millennium Falcon. Kind of what I would call the standard thick Ray. And then we got Poe Dameron himself, the Trigger Happy Flyboy version with Lone Wolf, R4 Astromech, Overdrive Thrusters, and Advanced Proton Torpedo. At 182 points, a big 18-point bid. Probably could have easily fit the Proton Torpedoes, but said, you know what? I want big double 5 dice range 1 hits in this list here.
Porque no los dos.
Yep, have it all the range 1 big shots. Early game, we see a little bit of shifting around from Juan, doing some turn left, turn right, but then we got some hyenas that are actually looking at a rock right now that are probably also going to have to 1 turn because the hyenas do not have struts. This might be a little shifting around here. This could be an interesting game because my initial gut reaction is Ray and Poe can definitely, especially against Trade Federation drones, can get something off the board quick. But the problem becomes if Ray puts herself in a situation where she has to take a Discord missile or a proxy mine, it's a lot of auto damage, and Stealth Device goes away as soon as any damage is...
Yeah, but this feels a little bit like a practiced opening, though, from Juan. Look, he's moving a little too fast to not have practiced this, in my humble opinion. Yeah. Look at that. Look at this man. He knows exactly where those ships are going.
Stealth Device is while you defend, though. So if you're not defending when you take the bomb and Discord missile damage, you retain the Stealth Device.
Mm-hmm.
No, it's after you suffer damage. My bad. I would read. Sorry, it's a later night read from you, everybody.
That's all right. It's all right.
But yeah, so Stealth Device can just be taken out by the free damage.
Now, Funwalk in the chat, field reporter Funwalk tuning in, giving us the heads up that Juan Ruiz, he is part of the Team Peru for XTC. By the way, we've been streaming XTC games on GSP here on Wednesdays, so look forward to more of those. Hopefully we'll be able to catch some next Saturday as well. And also a ton of X-Wing creators have XTC games because there's a bunch of them happening. So make sure to tune in to all of our friends around the world, Funwalk's channel, Headstyle Gaming, who else? I mean, there is an absolute tonnage. You know what? By even naming one channel, I'm snubbing people because I'm not saying everybody. Look them up. The XTC.space. The website's there. You can click everybody. All right. But yeah, he's bringing this list. That means he's had practice with it, right? He's had practice with it, and then additionally, this means that this is a list that he has confidence with coming in here, bringing it. Obviously, he's probably gotten a win. I'm assuming both these guys are 1-0, James?
Yes.
Yeah, so already gotten a win, feeling confident, bringing it to Bespin, seeing if he could bring home to Peru the Bespin Championship.
And I'd say he probably has a good bit of practice with this list, just based on the fact that every single one of these ships is custom modeled and custom painted.
I was going to say, Dion, if you want to check out some pretty funny close-ups, you need to see the close-up of the drones that are currently strutted right now. So it looks like it's an Army Man style like repaint.
They all have helmets.
Yeah, they all have little army helmets. But I think the hilarious part is when the drones are strutted, they have these like RPG rocket launchers on their shoulders.
There we go. Well, there they are, right there.
It is pretty incredible.
Bam.
I think the hyenas even have a helmet as well.
They do, yep. On the right head, which is the ship flying one.
Right there.
And all of them have Team Peru paraphernalia all over it.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
The drip is
the drip
with the drip is with Juan.
Taking a right turn here now with Poe and Ray being such offensive, having such offensive potential. I'm curious to see how aggressive Juan is going to be because they do have the possibility to just clear 2 ships a turn. Like that can be a thing.
Definitely. My one concern right now is, now granted, it seems that Ray and Poe are both in positions to not really turn away and choose a different vector right now, but being where those drones are right now, they're theoretically pretty stationary, and you can graph out the no-go zone of Discord missiles pretty easily right now because they're not on the move. They're not on the march. They're stationary, ready to fire.
Go ahead.
Good night.
It's a good night from Arwen. She's poking in, saying good night. Good night. You're a kindergartner now, right? You graduated preschool today?
Yeah. I really love being in preschool, but in the fall and at August, I am going to Bell.
That's right. That's right. That's gonna be your new school.
Bell is the name of my kindergarten.
High five. All right, time to go to bed. I love you, honey.
Bye-bye, everybody.
No, mine. Don't eat my pizza. No, get out of here. Get. Take this baby, mama. Take this baby.
Poe opting in for the boost to get closer. Kept the wings closed, which to me makes sense.
All right. You got to remember, this is a family show, including family just sometimes showing up on the stream. Here we go. 3 attack dice. No. We got 3 hits early.
Did open the wings. The even though the card is face up for the closed version, it is he did flip the token.
Spend it.
But
no damage.
Got 3 paint what's necessary to keep that hyena from taking damage.
We got a shot back as well from the bombardment drone. One hit, one focus, spend to calculate. Now, Poe doesn't have any mods, right?
No, too close for Lone Wolf. Range 3 obstructed. Yep, should be 4. Same thing as the hyena had.
And safe.
And
Ray reaching.
Just waiting on the outside there. So Poe is definitely, I mean, it's pretty, to me it seems pretty easy where Poe is going to go. He can't one turn.
Mm-hmm.
It seems to me that Yellow Hyena is pretty safe to probably just do like a 2 bank or 2 turn, just to point the, like, my proximity mine can be here, right in front of you next turn if you stay in this area. And you, even if Poe disengages, you've only spent points worth of that one hyena, which is 35 total. Is that 35? Yeah. 35 total points to just make Poe, who's worth very much more than 35, leave the engagement. I think a lot of people make the misnomer effect of if I don't get my special thing off, it doesn't matter. Well, if you herd an enemy ship away, you're still getting value out of it.
100%. Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing what ends up happening here with Ray. Like, it's these, I think, like you stated, the drones really do have the whole squad for Juan can get shots on Ray next turn. Like, that is going to happen.
Yep. Do you think Pink opts for the 5 straight barrel roll forward closer to the left against Ray, hoping for, like, block, or just like, I'm getting a Discord missile on you?
I would do it. I would do it.
Like, if Ray lands at range 1, like, that drone's gonna die anyway. So you spend the Discord missile and say, Ray, you're dealing with this for a long time.
Mm-hmm. By the way, the exclamation point lists command has been corrected as well. Thank you so much for showing me the mistake in the exclamation point sponsor link as well. Both of those have been corrected. Thank you to the peeps.
You definitely got to be careful with Grievous, though. Ray could decide to just take the shot against Grievous.
There's a 4 straight.
Yep.
Barrel roll. I think this is exactly an attempt to see if you can get those Discord missiles off. Those can be quite devastating.
Ah. Well, okay, so this is something to note here. They're doing a 2 straight off, and which is turning, closing their wings. Most of the time, what I have ended up doing is having to barrel roll off the rock, meaning I still had to do a maneuver that didn't go on a rock. But you can 2 straight, go into space, close, next turn, go on to the other one in front.
Yep.
But looks like not opting to threaten Poe with the forward drop prox mine, but can definitely still drop the rear.
Well, I mean, it depends. If she 2 turns to the right, you might be slapping a pancake right in front of her path.
Yeah.
Grievous turning through, and here's Ray. Now she did a 2.
Corcella.
Yep, that doesn't matter. She'll have to roll for it still, but will not be taking a stress, or she'll take it and get rid of it immediately with Corcella's ability.
Funny enough, Pink will not be able to land a Discord, but going on that debris means that Discord's not going to be able to land in the front.
This is true. It will have to go in the back.
What that does mean is you can throw 1 from blue forward and 1 from green. 1 attaches to the back, and the other explodes immediately, getting rid of the stealth device without having to shoot.
That's right. But doesn't the... Let me just double read before I put my foot in my mouth. As everybody at range 0, yeah. So should be all right. I think you go for it because you still end up doing the damage.
Yeah. Surprised Ray isn't doing a lock when you have FTC, and Poe actually went full disengage.
So I think this is today
This is a big deal.
Just trying to save Poe and leaning hard into the defensive capabilities of Ray. And I think that's why she took a focus, hoping to maybe use that on offense, not have to use the Force.
Well,
and still get one out.
If she uses FTC, then she can jam off one of those.
Yeah, I think that would have been the better call because you pull off, if you FTC lock blue or green, you take one of the discords away, which means your stealth device is still active defensively.
Mm-hmm.
But if both of them get launched, one will attach to the back and the other can't attach either way, so it automatically explodes and does 1 damage and takes away stealth.
And here we go. Fire in the stealth, the buzz droids. That's going to get attached to the back.
Yep. And then we're going to see... May as well do the other one. It's free damage.
Yep, and he pulls off that calculate, is aware of the rules, probably just hopes that the blue one is not at range 0 to take a damage as well. And the answer is a no.
You can't put it on anything, so it just dies right away, and it causes the damage to Ray, and then there goes stealth device.
Oh, looks like it may have disappeared. Mark the ship, guys. Mark it. Give him a quick mark there. Right click, mark.
Is it hard to pick up the token? May as well just leave it there and just assume that is like... Oh!
I mean, it's going to go on the front, right? Undo.
Yep, there you go. Easy. Undo button. Like I said, that Discord can't go in the front because it's on an obstacle.
Right, exactly. So just auto boom, takes a damage on Ray.
Which should turn off the stealth device, which... I'll have to make sure that they don't accidentally cause a state where they think stealth device is still active.
That's right. It says while you defend, that's the last paragraph. After you suffer damage, lose a charge. But Ray does fire here.
Yep, they're just catching it. All right. Yep. And Ray's definitely taking a proxy mine next turn from red.
Yep. You fire on blue. Right? Blue, or actually, you have a range 1 into Grievous.
Grievous that's a potentially good option too. You could go into red bombardment drone.
Where's the points at? Your points dictate.
Points are definitely at
Grievous, right?
I think you go Grievous because he won't have his Soulless one. He doesn't have any more defensive other than just a focus and 2. Looks like opting for pink, which is another good option because it does take a calculate off the board, limiting the offensive potential of the other drones around.
And here we go. It is in the front arc. We'll see the blank added here in a minute. Starts with 3 dice at range 1. We'll see if Ray goes full ham here. You got 1 blank. Adds a second from Finn. So I'm assuming you spend 1 with Rose to gain a lock and FTC's the calculate off. Yep, we're just double checking those interactions. And yes. Yep. Rose shenanigans, and is going to go ahead and spend the lock right away, I'm assuming? Or is he going to spend the Force? I feel like you may as well spend the lock, right? Because you can spend the Force afterward, and this is a drone. This isn't meant to hang around. So right. You just say I'm spending the lock because I'm not expecting this to live. And ends up going for the lock. I do agree. Going for the Force, spending the Force there before the lock potentially wastes a resource, but 3 damage goes in anyway, and it's dead. Spending the lock simply would have been an opportunity to limit the resources being spent, because now, with the shots coming in, that's one less force for Rey to use her ability on defensively.
Correct. Grievous can be rolling 4. Yep, seems good. There's a crit in there.
Hit, crit. 2 shields are down already. Let's see what we end up getting for defense on Rey. Probably guaranteed at least 1 evade. Spend the force.
Yeah, if you add the blank with Finn, not really going to do much.
Could end up scooping up a target lock right now.
Yeah, just get a lock on Grievous wouldn't be bad for the future, to be honest.
And
Grievous is probably one of the long-term targets you need to get a lock on.
Mm-hmm.
And you use his force to evade 1 to not have to take the crit onto Hull. I mean, there's definitely a world where Rey dies this turn.
Straight up. Especially, you got to watch out. This guarantees she's taking a crit from the Buzz Droid at Initiative 0.
So this is obstructed range 2.
And squiggles.
Range 1 obstructed as well. 3 on 2.
And just a single crit. No rerolls.
Evaded. So definitely looking like Rey's living. This is parallel, but I think overall obstructed either way.
2 eyeballs. Does it have a calculate of its own?
I don't know if I might save that for the range 1 guy, the blue one.
He spent it.
But gets 1. No more force for Rey.
Thinking about possibly switching lock there. It is a possibility. Waiting for options here.
Yep, taking the damage.
There goes
range 1 from blue.
Rey down to 7. Can choose it to be unobstructed, assuming you do that. 2 hits from the Blue Trade Federation drone, and Rey is going to be taking 2 more damage. So Rey has given up half points there.
Yep, 5 more to go, and with spoiler alert, there's a prox mine landing on her, and she takes a crit from the Discord right now.
That's right. Here's a crit. Let's see what we end up getting for the Resistance. Takes the whole deck. I mean, I know it feels that way today, but that's not what we got. And the answer is a disabled power regulator. Disabled power regulator, slowly stacking up those ions. Now we got our damage race versus an ion race. Will Rey be ionized before she is taken off the table?
That's a really good question.
She's down to 5. Could potentially be down to 2 if this prox mine ends up hitting.
Man, Dion, this could be really interesting to attempt for Juan, but with Poe so far out of it at this point and no slam capability. This is me as Droid Swarm brain, okay?
Yep. Deploy the droid. Go.
Well, we're dropping the prox mine from red 100%. But I think he has the opportunity to engineer a way for that Discord Buzz Droid Swarm to stay on there. And like, so you take blue and just 2 straight. I bump into Rey. I'm not going to get shot. I'm landed on a debris. I'm okay with that. And then between Green Federation and Bombardment Drone 2, I feel like you just got to call which way she's slooping, right? So I feel like that's expected at this point, to get her arc back forward and behind these ships. I think what you can do is drop the proxy mine behind yellow and then set up a blocking manner to where green and yellow, the green Trade Federation drone and the yellow bomber block the sloop to Rey's left, which is down the board towards Grievous. And if she can't land anywhere, she's either landing the other direction in a prox mine, or she can't move anywhere and still stay stuck on that Discord missile for a free crit later again.
Yep. 100%. I mean, that's it. We'll see what Juan ends up doing. I think if I'm the Ray player, I'm hoping against hope that you don't end up seeing the drop the prox mine now with yellow, and I'm trying to sloop to the right. That's the one I'm going for.
Yeah.
Or
I think that drop from the back of prox mine for yellow not only helps against the sloop, but also prevents Poe's another closing angle from Poe to get back in the fight.
Now, if you don't trust either of those, Ryan, we just go 4 straight.
With Ray?
Yeah. 100%.
Just onto the other rock and just say I'm out?
Out. And because you need Poe to get involved. In a 2-ship list, especially a 2-ship list like this, where there are essentially 2 front arc ships that don't run away, right? They don't do damage running away like a fire spray. And there we go. Look, the prox mine. He's seeing it.
Behind,
the Matrix is there.
And then we should see red dropping forward. No. Really? Was he concerned that he wasn't going to hit Ray? I was pretty sure he was going to hit Ray with it. No. And opting for the Talon roll. So he will be getting off that that buzz droid.
Leave it behind.
Might be over blocking Ray a bit. Hyena doing a 2K.
There you go. Yeah, they're spinning around. So he has an answer to both sloops and the 4 forward, because he would still be able to take shots from behind.
I mean, that Hyena's pretty safe. Oh, there's the sloop, and it lands. See, that's what you don't want.
Ooh, okay.
Now,
well,
Grievous is out of arc completely, so Grievous is very safe. She does have to roll for the crit for the debris and takes 2 stress.
That's correct. You can end up clearing that pretty easily next turn with Corcella, but that means no actions this turn outside of rotate. For Ray, rolls a hit, no problem.
Oh, doing a Talon roll, just trying to turn back around and get in, but it's going to be really hard to not see Ray bite it by the time Poe gets in the fight.
Mm-hmm.
Especially with Grievous's shot this round. It's a good shot. I think Ray's just got to get rid of green.
Yep, whichever one is the easiest to take out. It's range 1. It doesn't have a calculate. I'm sorry, green. You said green, right?
Yeah, I figured the one with the calc anyway. I mean, if they share them, it doesn't really matter.
Ooh.
But it's... Ooh, Ray did not get anything.
Don't roll anything. Yeah, here comes Rose trigger. Scoop up a target lock.
Take a lock on blue.
Reroll them all. Only ends up with 2. Could Ray for 3? That is an act of desperation, though.
It would be, for sure, but at this point, it's like, what do you do? That's kind of the reason why I wanted to go after green, because at least the Separatist player has the option to use that calculate or not. If you go at the ship with the calculate itself, you could overkill it anyway and not be able to use the evades for the calculate. But Natty 2 evades from the blue, not even getting half on the Trade Federation.
That's
drone.
right. A single health might end up trading Ray right here. Grievous ability on offensively doesn't even need it. 3 hits. How many, Ray? How many? And the answer is 2. And she will be down to 3 hull after taking that 2 damage.
She will require to take a ion token if necessary, really, at the end of this round. She has what? That's 5, 6, 2 health remaining with 3 3-die shots incoming. This is probably a dead Ray.
And 3 eyeballs right now.
Don't spend it.
He chose to spend it. Say, hey, I got it. got the squiggle. Still has 3 more shots, excuse me, through the debris. 2 on 3. No, 2 on 2. It'll be range 2. Only 1 hit. And Ray,
Save.
There we go.
All right, 3 on 1. Just natties on natties.
And there we go. 2 hits.
That's where I would have wanted to keep that calculate for.
Could guarantee. Oh, no, he didn't have any force. Guaranteed damage.
One more left.
Here we go. Range 1.
Yep.
Trail mix.
Just the 1. There it is. Ray ran out of evades. But very likely was going to die in that situation anyway for all the arcs that were pointed at. So Juan still was able to cover that sloop on that side just with sheer firepower and the proximity mine the other direction. Now it is Poe versus everything but 1 drone.
This is true. I mean, this is going to be an uphill battle for sure. I think what happened here is, Juan played it patient. He picked his target. Ray decided to joust without Poe giving support. And that's how Rays go to die. Right? If you don't have an escape vector. And here's something else, something really interesting, and I'm curious. You'll see at the obstacles. Now, not sure it would have made a difference, but something just for maybe today to reflect on later on. As I noticed, he brought 2 debris and 1 rock. 2 debris, and I'm assuming it's the smallest rock.
I don't know if you got Corcella, you should just be all debris, right?
Exactly. That just gives you a little bit more options. If any of those, the 3 closest to the bottom side, if any of those 3 are debris, you got so many more options for an opening. When Juan Pablo was coming forward at you, you could end up having a path up to the top of the board and being able to reconvene with Poe.
Yep.
And this is
definitely
thing. Yeah.
There's another situation. I think James might have been alluding to it, but so turn 0 wise at this point, if you would have had 3 debris, and I'd have to go back and look at who got to place what, but I get the feeling these rocks were placed by mostly Juan, and he probably put them where he wanted to. And obviously, Ray came over to the area that she got the least advantage of.
Yep.
So exactly. So with Ray, you want to do those sloops, and you don't mind landing on the debris, so you should probably put the debris further to your opponent's edge. That way when you sloop, it's fine.
Yeah, we had a full talk about this before the showdown when I was talking about obstacle deployment and choices for the Ray list, and that's exactly what was determined. Is basically that when you're looking at your opponent's side, you want that top left, which for your view at home would be that bottom left and or bottom right, and you have that space there. Now, A. Kemper's bringing up a point that I've brought in a lot with Ray is you have to be able to change the play style. She's still a turret. And I know Adam has flown a list like this, very similar, for a long time. And he says right here, Ray can't joust this list. She needs to kite like a normal big base turret and manage the range with boost. Forget her pilot ability. I've killed many Rays with this list because they can't change their playstyle. So don't forget, if you got a turret, use it sometimes. You got to use it one time. And this is an opportunity when you're facing against a list like this, these droid swarms. Just plink away. Play the safe game, because he had the right idea with Poe. I'm not going to joust with Poe. He just had to move that thought over to Ray's play as well.
Yeah, the issue was Poe decommitted the same turn Ray had to commit the way she was at, basically. The angle that she was. Did she have to commit that hard in that specific direction? No. Could she have chosen a couple different maneuvers? Possibly. And like you mentioned, that and Adam mentioned, Ray could have, for a longer time in this game, utilized the side arc and just plinked at the edges of this list instead of opting into the pie plates and the Discord missiles.
All right. right, we'll see what ends up happening here. We do have an poverdrive thruster Poe out there, able to do a lot of maneuvering, maybe with a little bit of magic, might be able to make up the 75-point deficit that he's at right now. He does have a significant amount of time. We got 40 minutes left on the clock.
James, James, I think you might need to jump in. They might have had something wrong, like an undo needed to be taken care of. Because it looks like green went back and is like in geo clashing with the blue right now, so like has to redo that Talon roll. I think they're figuring out now. Okay, we're good. Sorry, Dion.
No, you're good. Are we fine? Everything fine?
I think we're good now.
Yeah, those undo buttons are dangerous.
Yeah, if you accidentally click the undo and then you like undo your whole move from last move and now you're overlapping another ship, like, oh, what happened?
You're dangerous, James.
I was really wondering why Poe barrel rolled this direction. You're basically pointing yourself towards red bombardment drone, who, if you opt in that direction, is just gonna drop a proximity mine in your face.
Well, he has the space right now to easily turn to Poe's left right now, and maybe try to catch the yellow bombardment drone, though it also has a proxy mine ready to go. But you might be able to kind of skirt, plink some shots in there, and then opt out again and come back around.
Yeah, I think yellow probably does something like a 2 or 3 turn just to threaten that direction that Poe might be trying to go.
Now, for anybody who wants any early news for games that have finished already, we do have a couple of games for the Bespin qualifier that have completed. Kenneth Lyon, one of the what's the official term? Is it backup players? I'm forgetting what the correct name is.
Substitute.
I'm going to say bench players because I like it. Coming off the bench, Kenneth Lyon getting a dub versus Renato Flores, 200-73. Also, XY of Team Singapore actually taking a loss in round 2, 99 to Joel Anderson, 99-200 there.
Like Poe is probably just going to opt in for the lock focus for the advanced proton torpedo on red, but I think he'll find that it's actually pretty unlikely he just straight kills red and he gets a pie plate in his face next turn.
Serve him up the pizza!
Good overdrive thrusters, but no, he went for the lock. He's going for the advanced proton torpedo.
That's right. Get aggressive. You know what? At this point, he is behind. Maybe he's just leaning into variance. Just die. If you die, I win.
Well, if you die, you have a better chance.
That's true. 5 die shot and got all 5. There you go. Change 1 to a crit because you get it for free. And what do we get here? Double eyeball. Use a calculate.
Spend both.
Are you in range? You got range to a friend?
100%. Green's in range. Easy.
Yeet it over to your buddy. Takes 2. Hit crit.
Hit crit. Hey, turns out he's still alive.
The worst crit would be double damage, but still lives.
Blinded.
And we got a blinded pilot. Beep boop, cannot calculate.
Poe holding onto the focus was a big deal in that one for sure to help his the incoming fire about to happen. But he's taken a guaranteed damage and maybe another few next turn with the proximity mine. Grievous with an obstructed range 3. Just gonna do 2.
2 hits, no rerolls.
Poe is a lone wolf like 100% now.
Doesn't need it, don't want it, don't need it.
Nope, just 2, that's it. Range 1 from the hyena.
1 crit.
Just 1.
Poe still has the focus and a reroll from Lone Wolf.
You spend the focus while you got it.
Guarantee. 1 in the hand, over 2 in the bush, and 1 crit. Here we got plenty of dice for Poe, plus a reroll. Should be able to get out of this. Let's find out, and the answer is yes.
I think we just got drone left at range 3.
2 on 3, no dice.
Nothing.
No range to blue.
Skirts away with no damage from the shooting. We'll see momentarily the rest of that answer.
Yes, I think my favorite name for proxy mines comes from Jack Ballard, one of our locals. He calls them death pizzas. I think it is the best. All right, you can call it a pie, a dinner plate. What is your name in the chat for a proxy mine? Please share. Now, for anybody who doesn't know, you can, with those bombardment drones, their special ability does read that they are able to launch a device instead of drop it using the same template as the bomb calls for, and the bomb calls for the one forward. So we got that one forward launching, which is a frontward drop of that proxy mine available.
And Poe took his big swing, didn't get a lot of damage in return from the shooting. We'll see how this goes. We can see the proxy mine obviously to his right is limiting his ability to go that direction. So we'll see how Juan might set up some type of kill box. I'm expecting Poe to just force straight.
Yep. You got to opt out.
I'm gonna try to leave.
I think Phantom Phage wins the chat game here. Calls them Doom discs. Here comes a Doom disc. That is pretty fantastic. I'm in on the Doom disc.
Yep, here comes the drop forward.
Does it hit?
Oh, for sure.
Does it have big enough hips? Oh, the hips don't lie. Barely.
So 1 damage and 2 dice.
The Danger Frisbee doing its work. Guaranteed shield plus 2 dice. Could end up ripping off all 3 shields. Let's see. Here we go. Here's the roll. This is for the proximity mine. Oh! All 3 shields gone.
Oh, Mr. Poe, Mr. Poe.
Poe, you didn't
go.
Poe didn't know he showed up to the saloon without a shirt on. No shields.
1K. Yep, starting to make the box. Assume yellow does like a 2-turn. We're in blocking position.
Yeah, that block feels more like I'm protecting green more than I care if I actually block you there.
Flipping the crit. There's the 3-turn. Wonder what Grievous does. So you don't want to overblock Poe unless he lands on
one
that,
bank to the right.
Cloud.
Nope.
Straight.
2 straight.
I mean, you could trade with Poe. I don't know if you wanna.
Oh. Well.
Grievous going to eat you.
Grievous going to eat you. And that red bombardment drone has the proxy mine still left. You can drop them off the back too, fam.
This looks like the end of the game then at that point.
Yup. This party could be over. Grievous, 2 hits in the Poe.
Poe gets Lone Wolf.
Heroic.
I mean, you may as well now.
He's holding it. 1 more damage basically guarantees the game with the bombardment drone locking him down right there. 1 hit.
Reroll with the lock.
Got 2.
2. Lone Wolf the 1.
Lone Wolf. I think he has essentially called the game there. Poe going down to the fire. Congratulations, Juan Ruiz of Team Peru. Even though it's not an XTC game, it sure does build up the confidence. You can't understate how confidence does in X-Wing. You know, if you got the dubs out there, it feels good. Fast Walker asking for marbles, marbles, marbles. Maybe. We haven't done marbles in a while.
And they're still setting dials, so it's definitely still up to Juan just to remember to drop the proximites out the back.
Nickel City X-Wing saying Poe is rich from all the spice he's been running. That you might be right, but you can't spend that spend those credits if you've been airlocked. James, do we have a backup game?
Yep, you putting down the prox mine, saying goodbye, Poe. Nice to see you.
That is the ball game. I would expect the silence from James to mean that he is working on getting us another game, especially with those 4 health still on Poe. Poe is gone. Congratulations to Juan Ruiz. Thank you to ISO, Danko, Baffle, Trojan, Prophet, Shadow, Tycho, Spice, Raider, Lancer, Fallen, and Row 6, our Grand Admiral patrons, and all of our Gold Squadron patrons and community members. Thank you so much for your support. Gold Squadron out.